fellow music lovers near and far. I had already actually done a video presentation on this next album, which was my personal second purchase by my favorite band, Rush. I didn't really discover Rush until probably 78 or 79, at which point I bought 2112, and then my second purchase was Exit Stage Left, double live album that came out in 1981, and my personal favorite Rush album, probably because I was 13 years old and it was my first time hearing tracks like The Spirit of Radio, or The Spirit of the Radio as Getty says, Red Barchetta, YYZ, Jacob's Ladder. I had already heard A Passage to Bangkok, obviously, but the version that's on here is just so souped up and two-fisted, with Alex just coming down with an incredibly ball-busting tone on that guitar, and then Getty actually playing rhythm guitar on a double neck. So, yeah, I just have a huge soft spot in my heart, and I can remember the feeling of putting on this album, wondering what this was going to sound like. I got it from Columbia House, you know, the old company where you pay a penny, and then you're in debt with them for the rest of your days because you haven't bought the 18,000 albums that you need to buy at full price. Probably still in collections with those guys. But I still remember the crowd roaring and Getty saying, "This is the spirit of the radio," and hearing this monstrous guitar riff. And to that point, I had only heard 2112. So this album, double album, was such a cross-section of material that they had made from 74 to 81 that it just blew my mind. I literally felt like I was in the middle of a movie, especially when you got to cuts like Jacob's Ladder or Xanadu. They're so cinematic. And 2112 was too, but there was just a lot more dynamic on this album. And there were things that were going on here that I would never have anticipated. The enormous drum solo by Neil. Then there's the interlude to the Trees, Brune's Bane. Now, I actually used to play a version of this both in solo gigs and then as a warm-up for band gigs. And I took a little heat for not doing more detailed song exploration on my 2112 thing I did on another channel. So here's me doing a version of Brune's Bane from years ago. So yeah, there you have it. It's a little bit faster than Alex's, and I think I kind of turned it into my own thing because I learned it when I was 14, probably for some chord charts, and then working it out just by ear off the album. And it sped up over time, as I am sometimes want to do. But yeah, I cannot say enough about this album. I think because of when I bought it and the enormous cross-section of material that it had, it just has an enduring sort of place in my heart. I loved other albums, live albums that is, All the World's a Stage is phenomenal, stripped down, raw, gritty. I loved A Show of Hands, different stages, all the various DVDs that we've gotten from the later years that show the concerts. I love all those, but I think because of when I bought this and the impact it had on me, this is still my enduring favorite Rush album, and certainly my favorite live album of any band anywhere. It does take a little heat for not being as raw and stripped down as All the World's a Stage from Rush fans who maybe followed the band from its inception. But because I bought it second, I just had a different experience in the sequence that I purchased albums, and yeah, for me, this is the shit right here. So that is it for me. My personal favorite Rush album, produced by Terry Brown, double live album, just before the release, and the massive change that would come with Signals, Exit Stage Left. My next video is going to have another band that I have a big history with, and I'm imagining some of you do too on a very personal level. So, we'll talk to you soon.